Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to build this check-in booth. Try to give you dimensions and everything. So the body of it, from the bottom board up, is 3 feet. Okay, to the bottom of that cabinet is 3 feet. So that makes the tip of this 45-degree angle board 3 feet from here to there. Okay, 3 feet. The width of the entire thing from here, this side, all the way, is 8 feet. So that 45 degrees right there, all the way down is 8 feet. Then the casters stand about 4 inches. So it makes it about 4 inches off the ground. So what I did pretty much was just cut these, put an 8-foot 2x4 at a 45-degree angle, and then a 3-foot 2x4, 45 degrees. That's the 8-foot one. Down here's a 3-foot one, and I just attached them on the other side. You can use a Kreg jig and do pocket holes, or I just went through and attached it that way and came back and filled the holes in that I could, and some I didn't. If you want to look, I use dark stain, so you can't really see it, and it's on the side. But if you want to look really professional, you can do Kreg jig pocket holes. On here, on this side, it doesn't really matter what you do because it's covered up by this one. Does that make sense? So you're not going to see them. The sides, I did 24 inches by 36 inches. So I pretty much built these rectangles. I built this one up front, and then 2 on the sides, this one, and this one. And I did one on the back. It's the same size as the front. And I just attached them all together to make a box. I just attached all the rectangles together to make a box. See, I came back and you can see I filled these holes where those screws were attached. And after I attached them all together, then I used 1/8 inch Luan, but I recommend using 1/4 inch plywood, and attach the plywood on the back side. See how it's attached on the back side? And then I just got 1x4s and stapled them. See all these staple holes? Staple them to that Luan or your plyboard. You can do a herringbone pattern, do any type of pattern you want. Then I did 2x4s on the bottom. You can see that one right there. And put my leftover plywood from the top I made just down there for a shelf. Or you can put shelves in, you can do it anytime you want, anything you want really. The only thing, what you could have done is made the length, the overall length, instead of do it 8 feet, do it like 9 foot, 9 inches. So you have a little overhang on every side, because on this one, I only have overhang on the front. I made it exactly 8 foot. And if you have overhang on every side, you can route the edges, or you can just do what I did and put the trim pieces on there. Does that make sense? On the top, I just got the plywood, the nicest plywood at Lowe's that they buy. It's about 60 bucks for a 4x8 sheet. I just put that's what's on top. It doesn't stain very well, so you might want to paint the top, or just I just kind of did a light gray stain on it. But it doesn't stain very well, that really nice plywood. It's a kind of a two-sided one, I believe. It's one side to paint, one side to stain. So I might have stained the wrong side, I don't know, but it didn't stain that well. And I just urethane, heavy gloss urethane on the top. So you have 4x8 in the front, just a rectangle made with 2x4s. And the 2 side ones. And then the back one, and just attach it to make a box. Then get 1/4 inch plywood and attach it to attach it to your 2x4, so you can see where I used Kreg jig to attach all of them together to make the final box. The only thing is I had to add blocks of wood in the corners in order to attach the casters to, which was kind of ghetto. But on this back side, because I caught it on the front side, on this back side, I just added another 2x4. So if I could go back on this front, this 2x4, I would need it to go all the way to the end in order to attach the caster, like on the back I did. And like I said, I would use 1/4 inch plywood. You can see how all these nails are coming through. It's because I used 1/8 inch Luan instead. But really, when we made this, no one sees the back side except the workers. You know, we didn't want a shelf in here because it just collects a lot of stuff. And so we just did one long shelf, but we didn't make cabinets that you can hide it so people can see what stuff's back there.